This is the Intercontinental Broadcasting Corporation. Sa bagong Pilipinas.
Good evening, this is 30 News.
We bring you the day's top stories
that shape the country and the world.
Let's get into the headlines right now. The Office of the Ombudsman eyes to pursue investigation into the allegations further versus former Speaker Martin Romualdez, even as Orly Gutesa recants his accusations against the lawmaker.
DepEd seeks to conduct nationwide active threat drill in schools following recent incidents of school violence.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. orders the construction of more pumping stations in Metro Manila amid continuing efforts to address flooding problems.
More than 100 individuals died in a collapsed gold mine in Africa.
And Gilas Pilipinas youth still on track for an eyed spot in the finals of FIBA Under-18.
All these and more here on 30 News.
The Office of the Ombudsman insisted that they still have other witnesses regarding the investigation into the allegations versus former House Speaker Martin Romualdez.
The statement came after Orly Gutesa's recantation of his accusations against the lawmaker in relation to flood control project issues.
Romualdez's camp, meanwhile, hits back with a counter-affidavit to belie allegations against the Solon. IBC correspondent Earl Tobias has the full report.
In a Senate hearing last year, former Marine and aide of former Representative Zaldico made accusations against former Speaker Martin Romualdez.
Tagabuhat lang ako ng malita ng basura. Ang ibig sabihin ng basura ay malita na may lamang pera. Ibababa lamang namin ay 35 malita para i-deliver sa bahay ni House Speaker Martin Romualdez.
Almost a year after, Gutesa has taken back these statements. He now accuses Senator Rodante Marcoleta and former Congressman Mike Defensor as the mastermind of his accusations. But the Office of the Ombudsman sees this as a classic pressure tactic. Hence, the Ombudsman will still pursue its investigation in the allegation against former Speaker Martin Romualdez, noting that they have 28 witnesses ready to testify against the lawmaker. Romualdez camp has hit back with a supplemental counter-affidavit containing testimonies from 25 drivers, security, and aides of former Congressman Zaldico.
Pinasisinungalingan nitong malalapit na associates of former Congressman Zaldico, his family, and his corporation, SunWest, na may nangyaring ganyan. So, kung itotal mo yun, yung mga affidavit, including that of, as we all know, Gutesa last night, no? That's a total of more than 30 statements saying na walang ganyang nangyayari.
Romualdez's camp also claims that several of the 25 drivers and security aides were allegedly attempted to be recruited by the ex-Marines lawyer, Attorney Baligod, in undermining Romualdez. For the Malacanang, Gutesa's recantation implies an ongoing destabilization effort.
Nakikita natin na implication ay maraming nag-a-attempt gumawa ng peking kwento para sirain. Kung sino man yung gusto nilang sirain. At maaaring isa sa mga reasons nito ay destabilization.
Former Blue Ribbon Committee Chairperson Senator Ping Lacson, meanwhile, said he's not surprised with Gutesa's reversal, while current Blue Ribbon Committee Chairperson Senator Erwin Tulfo says the matter is now in the hands of the Ombudsman. The palace ensured, however, that chasing those who are implicated in the flood control anomaly would not be hindered. Earl Tobias, IBC News.
A Senate committee has taken up in their hearing the recent incident of school violence in Zamboanga City, amid questions to the security protocols of the Ateneo de Zamboanga University. Senators eyed to draft a recommendation on how to prevent this incident from happening again. IBC correspondent Daniel Manalastas has the full details.
Some senators called out the school administrators of the Ateneo de Zamboanga University for inconsistent security protocols. In today's committee hearing, it was established that the student involved in a recent incident of school violence entered their school premises without going through a rigorous security check, unlike other students.
Bakit hindi po doon sa gate kung saan may security guard na nag-check? Bakit hindi doon dumaan yung bata?
Pag nakakotse daw, diretso sa hallway yung bata sa classroom. Pag naka-tricycle, naka-pedicab o naglalakad, dadaan sa katakot-takot na screening.
The school representative admits that a student who is now considered as a child in conflict with the law, or CICL, passed through a ramp that's only used for PWDs or other injured students. The school administration claimed, though, that they have already bolstered the situation following the incident.
The investigation is still ongoing, but yesterday we were provided by the CCTV, in-house CCTV, and we saw how these things occurred.
For the authorities, meanwhile, the fact that the CICL opted to enter the school premises in an unusual way could already be material to their ongoing investigation.
Nakita po natin yan, yung pong mga bata, mga estudyante na papasok po ng school, na naglalakad po or wala po silang sasakyan, ay na-check po at meron pong mga security guards. Doon naman po sa sasakyan is merely visual search lang po yung mga security guard natin na nakakapasok sila. Dapat magkaroon ng X-ray or scanning machine.
Nevertheless, everyone agreed that it is a regretful incident that took away the future of some individuals.
There are interventions, Madam Chair, with the support also of the SWD. For somebody like the one that perpetrated the crime, he was a normal kid and he was even one of the brightest among the students in his level.
We all failed. Everybody failed. Please, before it's too late, talk to your children.
The Senate committee vowed to draft a report that would recommend ways to helpfully prevent this incident from happening again. Daniel Malastas, IBC News.
Despite the recent incident of school violence in Zamboanga City, DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla said the province is still safe and peaceful. Meanwhile, investigation is still ongoing, including the question as to how the issued asset of a customs official got involved in this incident. IBC correspondent Bea Peniza has the full report.
The Department of Justice isn't discounting the possibility of handling complaints or even cases against the father of the student behind the recent incident of school violence in Zamboanga City. It was earlier established that the gun recovered in the incident is an issued asset to the father, who is also a Bureau of Customs official.
On the aspect of it being a terrorist act, definitely, nakikita naman, because the purpose of terrorism is to sow fear, diba? In the general population.
The Bureau of Customs earlier removed the official and placed him under a 90-day preventive suspension.
Naunawaan ko na napakahirap at napakabigat ng kanyang sitwasyon. Naintindihan ko yan bilang kanyang pinuno. Subalit, trabaho rin na sundin natin ang batas.
Meanwhile, in an effort to ensure the safety and security of students and the public in Zamboanga City, DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla personally visited the affected community.
Let me assure you, Zamboanga is safe, and we will keep it safe. We are here to ensure that everything is done fairly. We are here to assure that it is not a cultural clash of Muslims and Filipinos, but it is a clash between technology and accountability.
For now, the Philippine National Police and other law enforcement agencies are continuing close coordination to speed up the resolution of the case. Bea Peniza, IBC News.
The Department of Education, or DepEd, is set to conduct a nationwide active threat drill in schools on August 25. The drill will test how school personnel and students should respond during an active threat situation, including the proper safety and emergency procedures. Meanwhile, Education Secretary Sonny Angara visited Negros Oriental as part of his regular school visits, where he checked on the needs and conditions of schools in the province. Angara said DepEd is working with local government units to address the classroom backlog in Negros Oriental and find long-term solutions to the shortage of learning spaces. He also assured that funding will be provided for security equipment in schools, including measures to strengthen security and better protect students and school personnel.
We have funding for some things like metal detectors, which are relatively inexpensive. And we've started our CCTVs, and some schools have security guards.
House Prosecution spokesperson Zia Alonto Adyong clasps back to Representative Paulo Duterte for his remarks against private prosecutor attorney Lorna Capunan amid the ongoing impeachment trial versus Vice President Sara Duterte. In a Facebook post, Representative Paulo Duterte described attorney Capunan as a marites. The Solon added that the impeachment proceedings should focus on evidence, due process, and fair trial rather than what he described as an anti-Duterte narrative. But for Adyong, the remarks seemed to be a personal attack that would not be favorable to the defense.
Personal attacks, saying na marites, would not help not only the case of the defense, but it will not help the entirety of the proceedings by focusing on the merits of the case.
Meanwhile, Committee on Foreign Relations Chairperson Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri is pressing the Philippine Space Agency on whether the country can demand damages from China amid rocket debris falling within Philippine territory. Zubiri invokes the United Nations Convention on International Liability for Damage Caused by Space Objects. PhilSA confirms that China is a party to the treaty, meaning Beijing or any other member state can be held accountable if their space objects cause harm on the ground. Officials say ratifying the convention would also signal that the Philippines is ready to act as a responsible spacefaring nation as its own national space program continues to accelerate.
Do we have any liability protection from that if a debris coming from another country falls to the Philippines? Right now, as we speak, DG, or wala pa?
Right now po, we have customary international laws which can be used as basis.
In other news, more health benefits and ease of health services can be expected under the new leadership of PhilHealth. According to newly appointed PhilHealth President and CEO, Dr. Beverly Lorraine Ho, her top priority is aligning beneficiaries with the Department of Health programs. This includes ensuring that coverage and services match what communities actually need. Under the guidance of Health Secretary Edwin Mercado, PhilHealth has launched the Unified National Agenda for Health, a nationwide push to expand support for students in public schools and workers in various workplaces through the Yakap and Gamot programs. Dr. Ho is also eyeing the creation of a hospital command center, a system designed to improve surgery traffic, especially for cancer patients who often face long queues.
Bahagi po ng pagkilalang ito ang aming pagsisikap na mapabuti ang experience ng bawat miyembro at provider. We will streamline our processes to cut red tape and speed up transactions and lessen friction for members who rely on us.
Coming up next, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. inspects Pasay's pumping station, orders construction of more flood mitigation infrastructures amid threats of rains and flood. Stay tuned. This is 13 News.
pinaka-importante sa amin na maipasa namin sa aming mga kabataan ay yung aming langwahe.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. orders construction of more pumping stations in Metro Manila. Some residents, meanwhile, are hopeful that the problems on flooding will be addressed before the president ends his term in 2028. Harley Valbuena has the full story.
Dumps of trash were collected from the Tripa de Galina pumping station in Pasay City amid non-stop rains in the past days. The pumping facility also temporarily halted operations last Monday due to a huge branch of tree that clogged the water pumps. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. inspected the pumping station.
Kailangan tignan natin kung sapat ang volume na kaya ng mga bomba natin para ilabas ang tubig. Siyempre, ang nakikita natin problema, number one, yung basura ulit.
To prevent clogging, the facility's waste filtration system is actively utilized and maintained. Recycling system is also implemented, where the collected garbage are transformed into useful items. Residents of Barangay 190 in Pasay said they do not experience heavy flooding due to the pumping station.
Hindi po umaabot talaga ang baha dyan. Kahit po nung undoy, nung ano pa mong bagyo, hindi po umaabot ang baha dyan. Hanggang tulay lang po.
Tingin ko before bumaba si Presidente tapos lahat siyang problema na sa baha.
To further enhance the mechanism against flooding, the President announced the planned establishment of 13 new pumping stations and improvement projects in Metro Manila and nearby areas. The Malacanang meanwhile disclosed the shortlist of 39 sites in Metro Manila where rainwater collection cisterns will be installed.
Inaasahang matatapos ngayong buwan ang detailed engineering ng proyekto bago masimulan ang paghuhukay.
President Marcos Jr. added that the Department of Energy started with its bidding for Waste to Energy program. Harley Valbuena, IBC News.
President Marcos Jr. also ordered a round-the-clock monitoring of Magat and Pantabangan dams. The MMDA, meanwhile, vows to realize the president's directive to construct more catchment facilities in the metro. Rachel Beltran has more details.
The waterways and pumping stations in Metro Manila are back on their normal operations. Metro Manila Development Authority General Manager Nicolas Torre III made this remark in an interview with Kapwa Ko Sagot Ko at the 1:12:06 a.m. GM Torre added that alongside their cleanup operations to hopefully prevent another deep flood water scenario from happening again, they're also preparing the engineering designs to construct catchment facilities in Metro Manila. According to GM Torre, this will be similar to now existing catchment basins under the Bonifacio Global City in Taguig and two others under a park and a sports area in Quezon City. This endeavor is pursuant to the directives of President Marcos Jr. The president even revealed that the study even identified 30 strategic locations for these projects.
Imbes na lahat ng tubig ulan, sabay-sabay na dumiretso sa drainage system at waterways, naghahanap ng strategic locations kung saan maaring ma-hold temporarily ang mga tubig. Tapos, pag wala na yung ulan, gradually, i-release siya ngayon.
Apart from that directive, the president has also tasked other agencies for round-the-clock monitoring of Magat Dam in Isabela and Pantabangan Dam in Nueva Ecija. Current data says Magat Dam is still at 178.27 meters above sea level, while Pantabangan Dam is at 187.72 meters. Both are still under their normal high water levels.
Makakaasa naman ang taong bayan na ongoing ang pagmonitor ng NIA sa water level ng mga dam sa kabila ng sunod-sunod na pag-ulan.
As of the NIA's latest update, no spillway discharge has been reported in both Magat and Pantabangan dams. Rachel Beltran, IBC News.
Tropical Depression Neneng has weakened into a low-pressure area and exited the Philippine Area of Responsibility or PAR, but the southwest monsoon or habagat continues to bring rains over Luzon. The low-pressure area was last located 460 kilometers north of Itbayan, Batanes, while Tropical Storm Saudel remains outside the PAR, 2,745 kilometers east of eastern Visayas. Ilocos Region, Batanes, Cagayan, and Apayao may experience scattered rains and thunderstorms due to habagat, with possible flash floods or landslides from moderate to at times heavy rains. Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon may see isolated rain showers or thunderstorms, while the rest of the country will have similar conditions due to localized thunderstorms. The remnant low of Neneng is expected to move northward toward the East China Sea, with Pag-asa not ruling out its redevelopment into a tropical depression in the coming days. Strategic communications and reputation management topics will be tackled at the upcoming 33rd National PR Conference. Professionals from government and the academe, civil society, and the private sector will gather for a two-day event dedicated to discussing best practices in the field of communication and other key issues shaping today's communicators. The event is all set for September 17 and 18 at Soler Resort North in Quezon City. The organizers are also offering an early bird promo which ends tomorrow.
In other news, 2026 has already seen its share of unexpected low-budget films becoming box office hits. And China's New Lai is the latest surprise. Made on a budget of around 3,000 Chinese yuan, or roughly $200 US, the independent animated film has already earned more than 25 million yuan, or $3.7 million US. This makes New Lai one of the most profitable movies ever made. The film was produced by a self-taught animator who worked with his mother to bring the project to life. After early viewers mocked its rough animation, the backlash eventually turned into curiosity, with memes helping draw more people to theaters.
Coming up next, at least 100 are dead, with more still missing after a gold mine in Central Africa collapses. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. This is 30 News.
Kayo ba ay may mga isyong may kinalaman sa karapatang pantao o pangkalusugan?
Isyong legal at pangangailangang medikal, ito ang programang magbibigay payo, tulong para sa mga mamamayang nangangailangan. Kasama sina Congressman Zia Alonto Adyong at Attorney Mix Nograles.
Makakasama niyo kami sa paghatid ng kwento at tulong, pag-asa at pagbibigay ng mabilis at di kalidad na serbisyo.
Tutukan ang lahat ng ito sa House at Your Service tuwing Sabado, 1:00 ng hapon, dito sa IBC 13 at Congress TV.
An artisanal gold mine in the Central African Republic suffered a tragic collapse, killing more than 100 people and leaving others trapped under the rubble. Rescue teams are still searching the site as authorities work to account for those who remain missing. Let's have CJ Reyes with the details of the collapse.
At least 100 people have died after a landslide hit an artisanal gold mining site in Zamboye in the Central African Republic, with another 100 believed to be trapped underground. Local authorities have launched an investigation to determine what caused the deadly collapse. Artisanal mining is a labor-intensive process, with miners often working by hand and with limited machinery. Workers also face low pay and few safety measures, prompting authorities to look into who is running it. Garua Bole Mayor
Mayor Adamu Abdon reported that 107 bodies have been recovered from the rubble. A survivor recounted the moment the ground gave way, saying people were suddenly buried as the mine collapsed. It's a race against time for rescue teams as they continue to search through the debris for those still trapped. Meanwhile, the United Arab Emirates has expressed its solidarity with the Central African Republic, offering condolences to the victims' families. CJ Reyes, IBC News.
An international human rights group is calling for the temporary release of religious leader Lee Man-hee. The 95-year-old church leader of the Shin Cheonji Church of Jesus is currently in pretrial detention over allegations that he encouraged members to join a political party. The group said Lee's advanced age should be taken into consideration in deciding whether his detention is necessary. It also said he should be allowed to seek bail while his case is being heard, and that his rights as a defendant must be protected throughout the proceedings. The group further urged authorities to handle the case impartially and without discrimination.
We urge the Korean government to review the necessity of detaining afraid elderly men, to ensure judicial impartiality, and to base years old men still in detention.
Gilas Pilipinas boys advanced to the FIBA U18 Asia Cup quarterfinals after holding off Syria at the qualification round in India. Gilas trailed 42-44 in the third quarter before unleashing a 9-0 run to take a 51-44 lead, but Syria cut the deficit to 4, 62-58 with just over 3 minutes left. In the end, Gilas secured a 72-63 victory, sending the national team to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2022. The Philippines will now face Group C top seed China tomorrow for a spot in the semi-finals. And before we wrap up tonight's newscast, we bring you the results of the PCSO's 9 p.m. lottery draws. For the Lotto 642, the winning numbers are 25, 6, 11, 10, 27, and 39 with a jackpot prize of 10 million pesos. For the Super Lotto 649, the winning combination is 33, 12, 13, 8, 1, and 47 with a jackpot prize of 25,348,447 pesos and 93 centavos. For the 6D Lotto, the winning combination in exact order is 1, 3, 7, 9, 9, and 9. For the 3D Lotto, the winning numbers are 2, 7, and 9. And finally, for the 2D Lotto draw, the winning numbers are 22 and 10. There are no winners for the Lotto 642 and the Super Lotto 649.
Tomorrow is a day to give our lolos and lolas an extra tight hug and show them just how much we appreciate them. Because August 21 marks World Senior Citizen Day.
It's a day to honor our seniors, look back at their achievements, and appreciate the wisdom and guidance they have shared with us. It is also meant to raise awareness on the challenges they face, including elder abuse and health concerns.
Also for tomorrow, the country will pay tribute to the legacy of former Senator Ninoy Aquino. As part of the celebration for Ninoy Aquino Day, the MMDA number coding scheme is lifted, while the Department of Labor and Employment reminds employers of the holiday pay rules for all employees, including an additional 30% on top of an employee rate who will come for work tomorrow.
And those were the latest from the IBC Newsroom this evening. I am William Thio.
We'll continue to monitor the stories that matter and bring you updates as they develop. I'm Angela C.
And I'm Gabrielle Lopez. This is 13 News, keeping you informed, and good night.